Let me tell you about my early years in the Pigford lawsuit. In 1990, in 1998, uh, when the Pigford lawsuit was came out, when we met over in Alabama, when Al Pyrie, Jail Chestnut, and what his name with the ALC, Oscar Lowry, wanted all the black folks to meet over there at that Coliseum over there in Alabama, Selma, Alabama. We went over there and it was packed out. I don't know how many people were there, but there wasn't no parking room. Anyway, when we got in there, they said that the lawsuit had been settled. They were going to pay all the black farmers $50,000 and pay off all your debts. And you'll be able to go back in FHA and borrow money. You have a $2 million limit or something like that. Something like that they told us over there back then. And they was going to feed everybody chicken and give you a glass of tea. I told them then, I told my brother was with me. I said they were doing pretty good till they talked about the chicken and the tea. Because when they talked about that, boy, you know what? We just got paid today. It's gonna be rough after this, and I wasn't lying. It was rough every day after. From the very beginning, they said we were gonna get debt relief, and after that, everybody came on back home, and all you had to do was be black, and we're farming. That's what they told us. So be black and farming. If you know a white guy that was farming, similar situated or something like that, they had it kind of worded. I don't think they had all their facts together of how they was gonna do this thing. But after that, they went on back and sat down and worked up another deal. And they think I know is another consent decree coming out. I'm like, what? What in the world is going on? I remember it well over there in Alabama where they walked in and played with a pack full of people. And when they walked in, they were so excited and looked like they were happy. And they said, well, y'all guess what? Or something like that. And everybody, we have been successful with the lawsuit. Everybody that's a farmer going to get $50,000 and all of the debt wrote off. And the tax paid on all of it. It's going to be debt, tax free, and all your debt will be wrote off, and you're going to get $50,000. That sounded real good. I mean, they was very hyped about it. And they even had Oscar Lowry to come in and recite some of the stuff of Martin Luther King and a bunch of more stuff he said in that meeting over there. When they throw the dagger in there, it said that we got to almost compete with the white man, have a similar situated white farmer to compete with. I'm like, wait a minute, why? We black farmers, we don't want to be discriminated against. But it was like they was everything was cut and dried. Wasn't gonna be no problem. Like I said, until they fed us that chicken. And I think every farm in there went to thinking about, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know, you gonna feed 800 people chicken, you done bought all this chicken and we ain't got a dime? That's what I went to thinking about. I mean, they said you had an option to go either track A or track B. And you have to prove that you was discriminated against in track B. And they were trying to steer everybody to track A so that they could go ahead and get the thing settled. But a lot of farmers wanted to go track B to get their actual damages. But they were frowning on B. You could tell it in the way they was trying to frame the situation. And but most of the people just wanted to get out of it, get rid of USDA the best way they could. So most of them went track A. But in 1998, while all this is happening, the settlement been reached. 1998, Federal Farm Home Administration sent us a letter in the mail that our property was going to be sold on the courthouse step in 30 days. And we went to Al Pyries, took the letter to Al Pyries up in Washington, D.C., and told him, how can this be? You just told us this settlement had been already appropriated. Black farmers finna get paid, but I'm finna get foreclosed on the first of the month. He said, let me have that. We took the newspaper clipping and everything. And I didn't hear no more about it. It ceased, and didn't hear no more about it, so they didn't foreclose. But they was gonna do it. Oh goodness! Lead class counsel, J.L. Chestnut, Oscar Laurie, they made these promises that all you had to do was be a black farmer, and you was gonna get paid regardless. You're gonna get the $50,000, get your debt written off, and be able to go back into farming. And none of that happened. I wanted them to go to trial. I want to see how bad they actually have done up under the cover. I mean, I wanted to discover. I really did. I wanted to see it, and then the world would know how bad they were doing black folk. But they didn't want to do that. For some reason, I guess they got paid. USDA convinced them that they was going to pay them X amount of dollars not to let us go undiscovered. I don't know what happened there, but that's the route I wanted to go. Class council, class council really didn't make it clear about the consent decree. The part I remember mainly is they're gonna pay us $50,000 and write off your debt. And you found a similar situated white farmer that was got the loans and stuff like that, and you was gonna be paid. But the consent decree itself, you had to actually look for it. I had to actually go online and look for it to be able to find it and read it for myself. And like I said, it changed a couple of years later, a year later, from what it was originally. In the development of the consent decree, I had no input whatsoever. They came up with what was going to happen and told us what they supposedly told us what they came up with, but and then later on changed it. The class council said to the class of people that your debt was going to be written off. You were going to get the $50,000 and your debt was going to be written off. And the taxes, they were going to pay $12,500 on the $50,000 and 25% of your debt relief. And that didn't happen. If I only had $50,000 worth of debt, but then I wasn't doing no serious farming with $50,000. I mean, $50,000 is a very small amount of money with a farmer. Even back in 1999, I mean, you ain't gonna do very much farming with $50,000. So I don't know how he would frame that to make it seem like it were right. Unless they wasn't planning on paying the black farmers. I mean, he could do it like that. That stipulation order was something brand new to me after that meeting, because they never mentioned anything about the stipulations. They said that the only thing he had to do, J.L. Chestnut, he stumped his foot down. All you got to do is be black and be a farmer, and no one white farmer that got the money, got a loan, and you were going to get paid. I mean, that was cut it dry. And the stipulation came in later on, a couple of years later, or a year later. Everybody like, what in the world is going on? Why it changed? Then everybody said it was a trick in the start with. I mean, that's all it was. They tried to hoodwink us in that meeting in Alabama. They said all the offsets would stop. Well, I remember that. They were saying that you wouldn't have no more offsets. The government would stop offsetting your Social Security and your pensions, your taxes and stuff like that. But that didn't stop either. They did say that you would be able to get your farm back if you could. How did they hit it? If you could prove, if I remember correctly, if you could prove that I had the paperwork or something, that your land was in inventory with FSA, that you would be able to get your land back free and clear. But I don't think that happened either, because the land disappeared out of the inventory after that. I don't know of any farmer that got their land back out of the inventory. You're supposed to have priority to go back in and borrow up to $2 million cap and start the farming without having to be questioned about if you ever owed FSA or their policies that they had at the time of denying loans or qualifying people for loans. You would have first priority to go in and be made whole and start borrowing money like you never owed them before. But that didn't happen either. So I attempted a couple of times. I think in 2013, sent an application, sent the former home plan in, and to try to borrow enough money to start back the farming, and also pay them and show them a repayment ability by selling timber and selling different things to make the payment for the FO loan. And I was denied. I mean, I appealed it to the appeals division, and it was denied. And appeal, you get the second appeal, and both of them were denied. You get that letter in the mail saying that they were standing behind FSA and their decision. And so I was denied both times.